Alright, so I've gone over your initial paperwork for your assessment today, and I'd like to mention before we start on anything that any information you share is completely at your will. You do not have to share anything if you do not want me to. We obviously have the confidentiality agreement. However, there are some things that I'm sure you are aware of that I will have to report if it is of a serious nature like that. So with that being said, are you ready to begin?
Yeah.
Alright, so what brings you in here today? Speak your mind.
Okay, so I'm studying nursing right now. I got one more year left. And I'm just sick of my family. Like, I just find them just can't deal with it. They get on my nerves. It's always something. And then my mom has a boyfriend named Al. And he hasn't done anything inappropriate or anything, but he tends to stare a lot. And he's ugly. So, yeah, it's just a whole lot where, like, the family, I don't really understand them. And they seem to not understand me. It is mainly, like, I just don't know what to do. I can't do it. So I'm hoping when we finishing this nursing program that I could just get away from them. But the issue is my grandma tends to rely on me. And I'm worried about leaving her there because, like I said, our family don't get along like that. So she really only has me to rely on. So I just don't know what to do because it's a lot of stress and just issues with my mom's boyfriend, him kind of being a creep, and then me have to deal with my grandma in school and working. It's just, I don't know what to do.
Okay, for sure. That is that's definitely, gotta be difficult having to deal with all the familial things going on right now while being in a nursing program. It's definitely not easy. So I have to commend you for, at least attempting to take care of your grandma when you can. Like you were saying, she's pretty reliant on you, and it's definitely not easy. So I gotta give you props for that. I would like to ask about the situation with your mom's boyfriend. So he's not your dad, correct?
No.
Just your mom's new love interest.
Yes.
How long have they been together?
About 2-3 years.
About 2-3 years. Okay. Is there any like age gap? Is one of them significantly older than the
No,
other?
they're the same age.
Same age. Okay. Why do you say he is a creep?
It's because I could be changing and out of nowhere I just see him from my eyes staring at me. So, and then it's moments like when we're alone, he tries to get real close to me and that makes me uncomfortable. So I tend to just get away from him, and then that gets issue with me and my mom because she thinking that I'm just being rude because he's not my biological dad, which ain't nothing, which to me ain't no issue because I don't even know my biological dad like that since he left when I was a little kid. So I don't know what she means. I feel like she don't try to understand me. She put to defend him and put him in front of me and my other siblings. And it just seems she looks past all that he do. Now he hasn't touched me or anything, but he does tend to get into my boundaries, which I don't like and appreciate. Even after telling him to stop multiple times.
Okay, for sure. So he does have an issue with respecting other people's boundaries at the very least. You mentioned you have other siblings. Are you the oldest? How many do you have, etc.?
I'm the youngest of 4 siblings.
Youngest of 4 siblings. Okay. Are any of the other siblings still like in contact with your parents, or your mom and Al?
Yeah, just me and my sister. The other 2 have their own issues. They have left home since they were 18 years old.
Okay.
One 18, the other 20 left home.
Okay.
So it's just me and her.
Alright, have you noticed, what her situation with Al is like at all?
She said that he did walk in on her changing once, and she told our mom, and our mom said that she should have had locked the door. But the issue is, we already talked about our mom with issues of locked doors, and she don't like us locking doors. So my sister is mad about that, and then she comes to me complaining about that. And then it's an issue when me have to talk to my mom, and mom keeps shutting down and protecting Al instead of talking to him about it, and him saying that ain't his fault, he didn't know she was in there. Though you could clearly see and hear noise English, or you know somebody was in there, wouldn't it be nice to knock first?
Yeah, definitely, that's gotta be, at the very least, kind of annoying for you guys. How's the relationship, like, do you try to, you know, get along with your mom despite, the situation with Al?
Yeah, when Al is like away from work or something, he's not there. Me, my sister, and mom seem to go out more together. We can laugh. She's more relaxed. She could wear what she wants to, do what she wants to. She's not trying to put up this facade that, oh, she lives perfectly. She makes mistakes, which shows that she's still our mom. But as soon as Al comes back, it's flip. She's quick to get angry or what else. She always quick to want to dress a certain way for him. That's out of her comfort zone, and we all see that. But she puts up a facade for him, and I feel like she's just worried about him leaving her because of a abandonment issue with our biological father. So it's a whole lot of issues. And then me and my sister have an issue because I feel like she don't do enough to help out. Why should I have to be the only one to take care of my grandma? And I'm working as well. I may not have my life or anything, but I'm working and everything. So I feel like she could at least help out and do more than what she's doing. Because she doesn't work, she goes to school, but she won't work, so she can help out with taking care of my grandma while I'm not there. Because she not have to be coming home and have to do every little thing. I feel like she don't try to understand it. She quick to complain about how she feeling. Okay, so what? I do the same thing, and I'm not feeling no better. I just feel like she doesn't care.
Yeah, definitely. That's gotta be very frustrating for you, and I'm glad you're voicing these concerns with me so I can try to get a better understanding of this situation. So you feel like your mom is putting up with a lot of the baggage that Al is carrying with him because of her own abandonment issues, you said?
Yes.
With your biological father leaving, and you're worried that, like, you know, she could be in a position where she's like, oh, well, I can't lose this, or else, you know, I'll have to go through this process all over again. In a sense.
And I feel like she's so worried about if she slips up that Al won't love her again, or Al will move on to somebody better. But she doesn't see that what she's doing is hurting her kids. She's so focused on pleasing him instead of coming to a middle ground with both of them, all three of us. Because our other two brothers are out of the situation, they ain't there to witness it, so they don't understand how it is since we live with him. We just feel like she could protect us more and defend us more when it comes to him, because he seems to like always have something to complain about. Like he owns everything when one he does not. He doesn't help pay bills. 2, 3, he's a lady scumbag like, at that as well, besides him being pretty. So it feels like she expects us to wait on him his hand and foot like he's a king or something, but he's not. Because before she got involved with him, we was cool. The place was more picked up. Now that he's there, it's cans everywhere, cigarettes. He smokes 24/7. He doesn't do his job properly. It's just a whole lot.
So, in addition to Al not really contributing anything to the house, at least financially or appearance-wise, you know, tidying up and everything, he does it at the very least, you know, drink and smoke quite often.
Yes.
Has any of that started to like rub off on anybody else? Like,
Yeah, I tend to see that my mom is struggling more, and she asks us for a little income from me every once in a while. Even though I'm also helping my grandma with her medicine, stuff like that. My mom is asking me to like, can I get 50? Sometimes she asks for 100, which will only leave me with like $60 to $70 on my paycheck. I don't make that much, sad. But she seems to stress more over do we have enough food in the house? She got to pay this bill in his labor because he's not working. He's not doing anything, but he physically is able to. He just doesn't want to. He feel like since he's the man of the house, he ain't got to do nothing. But if you're the man of the house, you would at least be working. You would at least do some chores or something. He don't do nothing. So it's just me and my sister, and then with our grandma, we gotta help take care of her because my mom is trying to make ends meet. So I'm helping her with that and all these issues. It just feel like nobody cares about what I'm doing. That's why I say me and my family don't get along.
Understandable. Yeah, that would definitely be, that's a lot of valid concern that you're having there as far as everything and, feeling like, nobody is here for you. So I do apologize about that, and once again, thank you for voicing all these concerns with me. But it does seem like there is a big issue there, like disconnect with you and your family, and a lot of it can be contributed to Al himself. And you said you've talked with your mom about, him creeping and stuff before, but she's just, tossing that all out the window, think it's, you guys overreacting, right?
Yes.
Okay. And he doesn't really contribute much otherwise, anything like that. Do you know if, do you think it's sort of from what I'm seeing, it does appear to be a very, controlling relationship. Do you know, as far as, abuse-wise, do you think it's abusive?
I would say sometimes he could be more emotionally, mentally abusive than he is physically. He doesn't put his hand on her or anything, but he calls her out by her name. That's why I say she tries to dress up to please him, saying she's too big or she's too little for this and that, or that she's growing wrinkled, or that she's stretched out, or sometimes he'll say she smells, or call her the N word, the B word, F, U, all that. Slams a lot of things, breaks glasses when they get into arguments, but it has never gotten physical.
Okay. Well, at least it hasn't gotten physical yet, but from, what I'm gathering right now, it seems like it does have the potential to eventually go that way.
That's exactly why me and my sister tell her that she needs to leave him, but she's so worried that if without him there, how is she to survive? Like, it's not any other guy that's so in love with. She just thinks out of this prince and everything that he got all this. That's why he's there for her, he's still there with her, but that's not the case. He's there because he wants to use her and sees her as somebody less than. Our mom don't know her worth, so she don't know her worth, and she deal with all the stress, so she thinks him being there will kind of cause her stress all over, but then she doesn't know and understand that it's adding to it, which makes more problems in the house that we don't need. Because when he's not there, she don't have to only worry about paying bills, because that's already taken care of. If he's away doing something, then that's cool. She's happy, she's laughing. But when he's there, she's all quiet, not talking much. Because when she says something, he's quick to get mad. Like if she asks him, could he get off the game and pick up a little, he gets mad at her about that. If she asks, could he run to the grocery store and get some groceries she needs to cook dinner to, he gets mad about that, saying why you didn't pick it up after you got out of work. She says, I'm tired. Oh, I'm tired too. Tired of what? Why are you tired?
Yeah, it definitely seems like, he has a problem with anybody challenging his supposed authority. Is Is anybody else besides you and your sister, have they kind of noticed the disconnect, like possibly your brothers that have moved out of the house or your grandma? Or is it
Yeah.
just mainly you two?
They all have noticed it here and there. That's our brother has gotten into a scuffle with him before, almost getting into a fight because they didn't like how he was treating our mom. And then our grandma almost got into a fight with him because she's old. So we have to take care of her and get her away from that situation because he might hurt her because she's trying to defend her daughter. So it's issues of the whole family scene, and then not only that, he's keeping her from being around her friends. He doesn't like it when she talks to other dudes besides him, even her coworkers or clients that she works with. He doesn't like that, and it seems like he refuses to acknowledge that he is a problem himself. And not to mention, him himself has went through abandonment issues. So it kind of doesn't make sense to me why he's treating her the same way that he had that upbringing. But at the same time, I could try to understand him because he's seen it, so he thinks that's all it is. And his mom put him in that situation, so I tried to understand him. But he keeps doing stuff that causes issues in the household and that we don't like it.
Yeah, definitely. So, you said that he has abandonment issues of his own. I don't want to dive too deep into it, but like, you do have a very valid point that like, if you had been through that your own self, then he should at least, be trying to take the steps to, break that curse. But it seems like whether or not he notices or not, he's, complacent with, acting the way that he continues to act. And in turn, like, since your mom has abandonment issues as well, like, you think that, like, as far as your mom's perspective of it, do you think she knows exactly about it and, like, knows that it's unhealthy for her, but she just puts that to the side?
Yeah, she thinks that she needs a man and needs to keep a man just so she could have some work for herself. But she doesn't know that her doing that is just making it worse for her. She hasn't, like I said, I think she's blinded by that love and by that support that he gives her when they first started dating, because he was cool when they first started dating, but they started changing and going into that half a year of the relationship. And it's just, I feel like my mom just needs herself to talk about the issues and what she's scared of. And him himself, they both need some help.
Yeah.
I feel like we all need help because my sister's still dealing with the issue of not having our biological children, and then our brother's already being gone, we have to deal with stress. So we feel like we need a plan that can help us handle this. And then the issue with our mom and Al, I feel like maybe they need a marriage counseling, or maybe we should just all get family counseling. I feel like that could be a little bit better, but I'm just worried if we say that, how that might trigger Al, would he snap, or would he be accepting? That's just one of the biggest worries because we don't know his mood.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I do think the counseling approach, at least from a family perspective, is a very good thought, or at the very least, like, getting everybody together, not necessarily saying like an intervention with your mom, but, kind of in the sense that, like, everybody should be, like, showing her that, hey, Al is not a good guy, and you shouldn't have to continuously put up with everything that he is putting on her and everyone else in the family as a result. Do you know if that would be something that is achievable, like, amongst you and your siblings?
I feel like amongst me and my siblings, yeah, we could definitely see ourselves going to counseling. and got help of our own. Then introducing that to our mom slowly but surely, so she could see the pain. And we have had arguments with her where it's just been shouting matches because she's holding on, she's shutting herself out. But at the same time, later on down the line, she'll apologize, which tells us and lets us know that yes, she cares. It's just she's scared of something, but we exactly don't know what. If it's the abandonment issue, or if it's her not having a guide figure to be there for us, maybe. But we don't know. We just feel like if we do get counseling, maybe it will help the relationship and bond it better.
Yeah, definitely. I think that going through counseling would definitely be a very helpful next step into the journey of trying to help repair the family situation. As far as Al, you said that she might not necessarily be open to counseling, like whether it be like marriage counseling or family counseling in general. Is your mom like once the time comes that your mom would be able to like join you for a discussion like this? Do you think she would be able to just leave Al and tell him like, oh hey, I have to go out and do something? Do you think like your mom is in a safe enough space to where she would be able to go out and go to counseling without Al being picking up on anything?
Yes, because he does tend to leave the home a lot. He doesn't have a job. We don't know really what he does, but we know he does to see every once a month, leaves the home and we go for like a couple weeks. So that would give her enough time to join in on a session, get some help of her own, and then down the line maybe we could talk to Al, or down the line they just split up and go their separate ways if he doesn't change.
Yeah, definitely. And the situation obviously, like you were saying, it's not like physical situation, but depending on how the trajectory of things goes, then like say your mom does leave Al, like could be in a very difficult situation for the rest of that. Things could turn physical, which is obviously something we do not want. But thankfully we'll be able to connect you guys with proper resources if you guys are feeling in danger, or you need to just basically like get away from Al if you need to. So if you guys do continue with the path of counseling, we would be able to offer some services to you guys to help you out with that if need be. As far as you said that individual counseling just might be the way at first for you, just to help get an idea and be able to like speak through some of the trauma that you have been through. And I think that is a very good path to take. Because have you ever been in counseling before?
I have once, but it seemed like the counselor was just saying the state of where I was already telling her, and it felt like she just saw that as so it's not that important, so I stopped going to her.
Understand.
I feel like you having a better understanding, maybe because you're a guy, or maybe because you might have that long life, or a better understanding. I feel like you're understanding more of what I'm putting down than she was. So yeah, I feel like this is a better experience, and I would definitely.
Well, thank you. I do appreciate that, and I honestly don't know why you'd be having a better experience this time, but I'm not here to dwell on those reasonings. We're here to get you through your difficult times in life. But I do appreciate that nice sentiment. As far as being more open-minded, you do seem like you're actively ready to take the next step in everything, which is something that I really like seeing. if you or your siblings, anybody else needs to come with, you know, we would be able to set up an appointment for that, you know, just, they have to fill out, you know, some of the paperwork, but, you know, once that's done, you know, get them in for an assessment and start to figure out, you know, a trajectory for them as well, if they would like. So, if you would like, you know, to pass on that information to them, that would be great. And then eventually, once we get further down the line, you know, we can decide whether or not we would like to get your mother involved, and, you know, we can just go from there and basically, you know, see how it plays out, rather than, you know, like, jumping headfirst into it. So, does that sound like something that you would be willing to do?
Yeah.
Okay, sounds good. Well, I'd like to thank you for stopping in, and, hopefully I'll be able to get you scheduled in soon. Is there any specific times that, you know, where we could get you scheduled in for an appointment?
Around like 12 o'clock, 12:30.
Alright, we do have a, 12:30, we have one at the end of this week on Friday, and we also have one on Monday, whichever one works for you better, we can pencil you in for that.
Okay, I would like Monday better, but I do have to go to work on Friday, so.
Alright, well, it was very nice to meet you, Tim. I would thank you again for, stopping in and, you know, letting me know, so we'll be seeing you next Monday.
You too. Thank you.